Okay. Hi, good morning everyone. Bear with me just a minute. Hang on. Sorry for being very, very late this morning. I was a bit distracted reviewing a test render for the latest bullshittery, which takes the form of Halo Bullshittery Part 1. I was hoping to deliver it by last Friday, but I've slipped the deadline, and I'm now working into its 5th week of a planned 4, so yeah, a bit over the deadline. I've got a whole bunch of issues left to fix. Let me just, well, if you're curious, let me just poke the, hang on. So in the chat right now is a link to a Google Doc, which essentially lists what the fuck I'm doing. We've got a whole bunch of trivial issues now to do with audio balancing, and maybe this scene is a bit too fast, that scene is a bit too slow. Relatively quick things to fix, along with some more serious issues to fix, which I'm sort of gradually working through to the best of my ability. One moment. So I'm just going to go here, tweak this, go here. Yeah, Morrowind is always a bit of a pain to start up, I'm afraid. Hang on. Go to my sound settings, just make sure everything is correct. That does not look correct. No, it's fine, actually. Okay, put that there. Right, then move Morrowind there and don't touch it. And then... Okay. Thank you, Ghost Metal and 4-Foot Snakes. Thank you. Is that the Ezio theme? What, from Assassin's Creed 2? No, this is from Jeremy Soule. This is Morrowind. Hang on a second. Right. Loading Morrowind. And then hopefully I can get it running in the correct resolution. Alright, here we go. Right. Intro screen. Skip it quickly so I don't deafen you. There we go. Thank you, Cassian Chick. Thank you very much, Chick. Thank you. Right, dial that down. Dial that down. Okay. Right, it's probably a bit too quiet currently. I can turn it up momentarily. Then we fix the resolution and then don't touch it or it'll crash. Right. Okay. Sorry, there was a question on Disco Elysium. I don't know, sorry. I've not played it. I'd need to look into it. Hang on. Right. There we go. Correct resolution now. Now here's the pickle, folks. I can't actually tell what the audio values are because OBS has moved behind the game, annoyingly. So you're going to have to tell me if stuff is too quiet or too loud. Okay. There we go. Load this. And then we should be... in the game. In the middle of a Daedra worshipping cult. Is it me or does he have dick-sucking lips? What's going on there? Can you see it okay? It's a bit dark. We are in a fucking... well, we're in one of the Vivek cantons right about now. Right. Okay. Voidscar says, you playing this has maybe practiced the music on the piano. Oh, really? Nice. Thank you, Cyberjin. Thank you, Semper. Fuck. Not Semper, fuck. Hi, I might have murdered a couple of your Daedra worshipping friends in there. Just so you know. Okay. Right. I'll ignore them for now. So, the reason I'm here, the reason why I'm poking around the city of Vivek is I was looking for a murderer. Apparently there's a murderer on the loose, and we have a rough description of what they look like. So I need to go find them. So far, no luck. We're looking for a Dunmer woman with a skirt and a sort of boiled, what is it, like a boiled netch leather suit of armour. And, yeah, and a dagger. So she approached someone with a dagger, and they were able to teleport away quickly. Right. So keep your eyes peeled.
Say what you want or go away.
Keep searching the general area. Have you finished it yet, Jinx? Echoes of the Eye? You've got me listening to the soundtrack again.
Make this official, Outlander.
Okay. So where haven't we searched? So that's the temple down there. I doubt the murderer would... yeah, the murderer probably wouldn't be on... let's search the St. Delin... yeah, the St. Delin canton over there. Okay. So there it is. So for those unfamiliar with the Dunmer species, the Dunmer race, they venerate the ancestors. They're dead. They've got little, like, everything from grand veneration of saints in the name of the Tribunal Temple. This is Saint Delin. There was a book about his life. Is it the Pious, wasn't he? Yeah. So Saint Delin, and that one's Saint Olm, I believe. So it's not just that, though. I mean, the Dunmer have a bunch of, essentially open pit graves covered in, I think, volcanic ash, where they leave their loved ones to openly decay. They've got skulls on display and everything. That's netch leather, but no skirt. Okay, I've not been in here. What's in here? A glassworker's hall. Hello. You've got a skirt, but no armor.
Let's do some business,
Hello.
shall we?
Services in the Sacred City? No, you're just an assistant to the glassworks. Barter. Yeah, a whole bunch of... Yeah, if I want to buy some stuff for a house. Barter. Exotic items. Well, some of the finer materials are hard to come by these days. While it would be nice to have such items as dwarven limeware, it's become too difficult to obtain it. It didn't used to be as much of a problem, but Bulrin at the East Empire Company has been manipulating the prices, I'm sure of it, and he won't give most of us a license to sell the stuff. Actually, I know for a fact that there's a shipment of limeware being held up on a ship at Ebonheart. If you'd be willing to recover it for me, I'd be willing to reward you very generously, perhaps 1,500 drakes. Yeah, I'll get the limeware. Excellent. You can find the limeware aboard the Chun Oak, or OK, docked at Ebonheart. It's likely to be very well guarded, so take care. There should be at least 10 pieces of bowls and cups, I believe. Anything else you find, flasks, plates, or platter, is probably fake, so leave it behind. I see. Anything else you find, probably fake. Look for the Dwemer stuff. Okay. So this glass merchant would like me to go and have a look at... Yeah. So by the sounds of it, maybe the Imperials are holding it back. Well, so as she said, she's sure of it, trying to manipulate the prices.
Let's do some business, shall we?
So for those unfamiliar with the lore of Morrowind, it is very complex and there's lots of different moving parts. But essentially you've got, you've got the Dunmer, the Dark Elves, who have had their province, finger quotes, taken over by the Imperials. So they're part of the Empire, yes. But you get the impression that the Dunmer, despite this being where they live, are sort of second-class citizens in many ways. Although some noble houses, such as the Telvanni, won't tolerate that at all. But they're very stubborn wizards, and there aren't that many of them, compared to the legions. These are the Ordinators, essentially the Holy Police.
Let's not make this official, Outlander. Move along.
They are the... Yeah, they are the foot soldiers of the temple, the tribunal, the three living gods. Here's one of those ash pits that I mentioned. No, I've not played Kingdom Come 1. Have I enjoyed the cliff races? Yes, the fucking cliff races. Thank you, Hollow Spam. Thank you, Cyberjin. Thank you, Semper Eternal and Bandit Karis. Thank you, all of you. And thank you, Bledlow, as well. Okay. So no sign of that murderer.
Yes, Outlander.
Can I take these? Am I allowed? Water breathing. Ooh. Violet water walking. Very useful. Will I get in trouble if I pick these? Hang on.
Help!
Yes, my crime has been reported. Damn it. Hello. You violated the law, lump. Pay the court 2 gold and surrender your stolen goods. Or surrender your stolen goods. Or... resist arrest!
Not escape the righteous.
It is not a good idea to fight the Ordinators. Oh shit. Very bad idea. Right, let's load that then. Alright. What? I'm not allowed to pick the flower displays? God. They're just sitting around being all free and everything. Hang on. So I've already checked the upper level.
Watching you, scum.
So yeah, I guess we'll have to keep our eyes peeled. All right. So where is that? That's the Ebonheart's down there. All right, we could always head through the Halalu Plaza. Yeah, let's go through the Halalu Plaza on our way to the to Ebonheart. Okay. But yeah, for those joining the stream, I hope you're all okay. Hope you're having a nice day today. I'm working on Halo bullshittery still. I've got lots of issues to fix. I was reviewing a test render this morning, and we're certainly getting there, but I've got lots of little audio, like, foibles I need to correct. Like audio balance, this bit too quiet, this bit too loud, that sort of stuff. Thank you, Zoltan Manon. Thank you very much there, Zoltan. Thank you. Indeed, the Ordinator armor is one of the best medium armors in the game, but it's considered police gear, so if they see you wearing it, it's considered a crime. Later in the game, you encounter a special type of Ordinator. This is in the Tribunal expansion. You encounter a special type of Ordinator who's disillusioned and is basically wandering around ranting and raving. You can kill him and take most of the armor. But I seem to recall that I left most of it in my house at the time because it was just I think it was just too much of a hot item. It was nice, but I couldn't get away with wearing it in any major city with a tribunal presence. Okay. Can you be a police officer yourself? I don't think you can be an ordinator, but you can join the temple as a faction, I believe. I believe. Hang on. Yeah, this is the amulet, right, of slow fall? It is. We're fine. Alright. Let's go down to Ebonheart. Thank you, Corvid Cry. Thank you very much, Corvid. Can you join House Indaril? I don't know. I don't think so. I think House Indaril is mostly gone now. Sorry, I'm going to say something that might not be true. House Indaril, I think, is the ancient noble house of Nerevar, isn't it? And Nerevar, the ancient general, I would presume the house is not around anymore. If anyone's giving House Indaril orders, it might be his wife. Maybe. His wife, Almalexia. Maybe. Yes, Almalexia, one of the three living gods. It's Nerevar's wife. House Indaril still exists, but does not have any presence on the island of Vardenfell. They do have holdings on the mainland, says Silverlanian. Oh, good to know. Okay. Right. Here's Ebonheart. Also, it's nice that my character's a bit speedier. Right. The Imperial Castle of Ebonheart. This is the dock. Hello. So, I'm looking for a... I'm guessing that's it over here. Nice hat. Right. You're an orc. Yes, you are. Welcome to Ebonheart. Might be a bit of a pickle getting aboard without any sort of invisibility. Am I allowed aboard? Okay. Ebonheart Castle. Ah, this might be a quest for a thief. If this is even the correct boat. Okay, we might need some invisibility spells to get in and out of this vessel. Yeah, we can always pick up a potion or two from a trader, from an alchemist. Are there any traders here in Ebonheart, or is it all just military? Legion Garrison, Six Fishes Inn. The Argonian Mission. Let's go have a word with... What the fuck? There's an embassy for the Argonians. Wait, mission. Is that the same thing as an embassy? What's a mission? Oh. East Empire South Warehouse. Hello. Oh, can I move? Nope, I'm stuck. Oh no.
Yes?
Kind of yes. Am I free? I'm free. Hello. Welcome to Ebonheart. Okay. Tell me about the Altmer. You're an Altmer. We Altmer are proud, wise, and beautiful. The Empire is built on the arts, crafts, and sciences of the High Elves. Our pure blood protects us from disease and makes us superior spellcrafters. Shame about your chins,
You
though.
should have that looked at by a healer.
Hello. What's through here? Damn it. Your building is hard to navigate. What's out here then? Just one of the guard towers. Alright. Hi there, entitled prick. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, Morrowind's very good. Again, repeating the story is that many years ago, back in 2002, my brother, Lamram, went to, I think it was Electronic Boutiques at the time, looking for a game, the name of which I can't remember. And I told him on the offhand, dude, keep your eyes peeled for this game that I've been reading about in a gamer magazine. Said it was really good. It's called Morrowind. Anyway, we can't even remember what the fucking game was that he came back with because we got completely absorbed into Morrowind. All of us did. Me and my other brothers. We're like, oh my god, this is so cool. Right. Okay, I was looking for an alchemist to score a quick couple of invisibility potions. Let's go over here to the Argonian mission. What's this then? Alright. Hello, Argonians. Gilar. Grace of the Nine, Citizen Lump. I'm Gilar. Okay. Am I looking for your trade? You're a monk. Okay. Onasha. What do? You do give training. Sneak, acrobatics, and light armor, apparently. All of that is quite useful. Hello. Ukawai. Right. And Kilaya. Okay. Maybe if you're Argonian, you got more to do here. Poke around. Let me guess, if we go into the lower levels, are we going to find a bunch of hidden slaves? Hello. Little secret. If someone attacks you first, you have the right to defend yourself. Oh. Can you tell me more if you like me? No. Random bottles. How much are they worth? Not much. Aha. Figured as much. Right. They can breathe underwater naturally, can't they? Pardon me, I just want to squeak through. Aha, there is a slave, but why are you a prisoner? You're still wearing the slave collar. Hang on. Let's see if we can open it up. Oops, no, just put on some random clothes. Apprentice lockpick. Lock is too complex. Oh, okay. What about my spell that opens doors? So the Ondusi open door spell, it's only got a 17% chance of working. It's failed at casting? Failed at casting? Can I speak to you? Are you close enough to the door? No. No biggie. Anything on them? Some scales. Alchemy ingredients, I'll take them. There we go. Right. Don't mind me. Okay. Yeah, let's see if we can find some, well, maybe take a boat. Yeah, I need to find some invisibility potions, is my point. The Cantatus of Vivek. What's this? Some Gospels. Hang on. The cantatas of Vivec are gospels written in the form of epic songs. They trace the evolution of Vivec from a foolish mortal into an enlightened divine. Vivec sought out experiences that tested him in every way possible, particularly in the defense and protection of his Dunmer people. And through his long life, his humility, and his unconquerable spirit, he attained the wisdom of the 7 graces. The cantatas relate many stories of Vivec's experiments with challenge and risk, his failures and triumphs, his blessings of insight and good fortune, and his debts to his partners, Almalexia, the lover, and Sothasil, the teacher. The poetry is simple and dramatic, lyric and personal, composed to be sung or recited. The following is an excerpt from Lord Vivec's Brooding Beneath Red Mountain. The gaunt ghost fires loom as subtle shrouds, smokes and shades on the biers of Red Mountain. Arches and spires line the rock halls, dimly lit by the spirits of the dead. The blood of broken hearths and houses runs in red rivers, blossoms in fountains. Girdle rounded within walls of wit glass, the shattered host slumbers in cradles of ash. But when shall they wake? What dark crucible may kindle their souls to light? How long beneath red reckling clouds must flickering watchfires burn? How many lifetimes of labour and lament will it take to seal this reckless tomb? Pardon me, that was just me opening the bottle. So, broken hearths and houses. He's referring to the 6th house. House Dagoth. Girdled round within walls of wit glass and shattered hosts slumber in cradles of ash. But when shall they wake? How many lifetimes of labour and lament will it take to seal this restless tomb? So please know that in the middle of the map, Red Mountain, there is a volcano with something stirring beneath it. Something that the Tribunal are worried about. So they've sealed the whole mountain behind what they call the Ghost Gate. Or what is it? The Ghost Fence? Basically this giant construction that's empowered by their magic, which is keeping something in. Mysterious. Mysterious. But if what the dissident priest said is to be believed, so a faction within the Tribunal Temple, the Ghost Fence, and by extension the power of the Tribunal gods, is waning. Cassian, it was just water. I just opened some carbonated water. Shit, okay, so I can't get the cargo without an invisibility potion, frankly. Okay. So, maybe I should take a... Well, where should I go now? So we couldn't find the murderer in Vivec. We haven't yet. What other missions have I found? The code book, what's this? Idris Fireeye asked me to get a code book from Solitude at the South Wall in Balmora. Okay, that's a mission for the Fighters Guild. We can certainly do that. What else is there? Hang on. Code book, a bounty. Oh yeah, there was a bounty on someone in Vivec. We're right next to it. Let's go there. Have I played Elden Ring? Alas, commissary, it's not my style of game, I'm afraid. I'm not really into my Souls likes. In my defense, I did play Dark Souls, but it's just not for me. It's not my style of game. Right. Sorry, Sotildi, not Solitude. My bad. Thank you, Shamrock. Alright. Where's the entrance to Vivec City? There we go. Yeah. Dodge, here's the thing. I have no real way to describe it beyond the fact it's just not to my taste. I can see why it would be to people's taste. The idea of that challenge of having of learning the mechanics and appreciating the boss and the environment. and gradually sort of through, I suppose, through that trial and error, and constantly learning to respect the boss over time until you eventually defeat it. I can see why that would be some people's cup of tea, but it's just not really how I get fun in video games. Hang on. So where was I going? Is it... No, where was the bounty? Mysterious killing. Sleeper awakes. The annoying pilgrim. Who's this? Pilgrim on the way to the ghost gate. Whoops. Yeah, she kind of got killed. Wasn't my fault. Maybe. Fighters Guild. The bounty. He's hiding. So, the Khajiit outlaw, Dro Sakar. St. Olms, I think. Which canton am I on? St. Olms is down there and then to the right. Okay. Right. Yeah, I mean, Anthony. Again, I need to pick my words carefully because it's always difficult. I personally feel when you're live streaming, it's always people come in and naturally they ask the question, "Will you play this game that I like?" And they're right to ask that question because obviously you want someone that you like to watch. You want to see them play something you enjoy, but it always feels like you have to come up with a reason on the spot. And if the game simply isn't to your taste, it's difficult because you feel like you're just scratching the surface critiques when you haven't really played enough of it to know the exact elements of it that you don't like. So it's a bit of a minefield. Like, you end up sounding ignorant. Like, oh, he doesn't know anything about it. When it's not really what you're looking for. So, of course, you wouldn't look into it. Alright. There we go. St. Olms. Indeed, I've played Deus Ex 1 many times, Lord of Rawn. I think I've done only 2 of the 3 possible endings, though. Or however many endings there were. I replayed most of the game one time because I got the pilot killed at the end when I failed to find the bomb. Spoiler warning. And I was like, oh! when I discovered that you can actually save him, I was like, quick, we have to replay the game. Sorry, my voice is going. Hang on. Hell, you think that's bad? I once replayed quite a considerable portion of Assassin's Creed 2, after a short break of course, when there was a QuickTime event to give a hug to... Well, who was it? You're hanging out with this artist fellow. Was it Leonardo? You're hanging out with him, and then he puts his arms out to receive a hug, and because I wasn't paying enough attention, I missed the QuickTime event, and he looked so dejected, and I was like, no, I gotta hug my bro. Oh, yes, I will replay the first third of the game to get back to that cutscene.
Go ahead.
Right, looking for a Khajiit.
Your turn to talk, ours to listen.
What's his name again? His name was... a Khajiit outlaw, so Dro Sakar. He's somewhere here. Dro Sakar. Yeah. There's a Khajiit in one of the homes off the Southside Canal. He looks suspicious. Thank you, Argonian. Which way's down? Right. Southside Homes. No. Hello. I'm looking for a Khajiit called Dro Sakar. There's a Khajiit in one of the homes on the Southside Canal. Yeah. Anything of note in here? No.
does it do
Aha.
for you?
Hello. Oh, it's you with the fucking... Yeah, with the dummy with daggers through it. With a third dagger ready to go. Hello. There appears to be a bounty on your head. Welcome to Vivek. I'm sure you have some questions. What would you like to know? Are you Dro Sakar? Yes. What is it? Khajiit. Your trade. Services. Hang on. So I just gotta scroll up. Thank you, the Dutch Gamer. Can I challenge you about your bounty? Little secret. Do I just attack him outright? Seems a bit cruel. And again, it is a bounty. Oh look, ashy yams. I need those. Background. Does little jobs here and there, he says. Trosakar, foreign quarter. Khajiit wear many skins, from the smooth skin, Olms to the fat fur Centrat? Okay. Don't know what that means. Many skins? Guess I just got to attack him. Alright then. Seems a bit harsh. Yeah, shaking his head. No! Then again, it's a... Yeah, I'm a thug with the Fighters Guild. Yeah, seems cruel. Just murdering a dude in his own fucking house. Yeah. Now I can report back that he's dead. Okay. Yeah, the Fighters Guild. A very, very... I keep mentioning it. Very different tone. An excellent tone. This is no go and slay the goblins attacking the village. We're basically breaking knees and fucking murdering thieves and doing whatever... Yeah, whatever interferes with Imperial control. We're a bunch of thugs for the Empire. Take all of his... reagents there, some gold. Yeah. Bunch of arsehole thugs. Thank you, Charotto. Thank you very much, Charotto. Is this my bed now? Yeah, I can. If I wanted to, I could turn this into a small home. It's got some storage if I wanted to do that. Yeah. Yeah, basically, Semper Eternal, we're a bunch of crude thugs. We'll sleep until the morning, then we'll go. Where to? Does the corpse ever disappear? I think the corpse does, but the items you leave on the ground do not. Right. So the Fighters Guild. Which Fighters Guild was he actually in, though? Hang on. Fighters Guilds... Necromancer of Vass, Drosakar's Bounty. Okay, no worries. Well, we'll go up to the foreign canton over there. The Fighters Guild is typically next to the Mages Guild, both Imperial controlled, so I can just use the Mages Guild for a pretty penny, just to teleport between guild to guild. Welcome, Cloud9. Welcome indeed. You're very welcome. Hope you're well, Cloud9. And thank you, Fallen King, for the sub. And thank you, Charotto, for the sub. Whoops. Wrong bridge. Alright. Yes, a couple of days ago, I was watching Jinx play Outer Wilds, Echoes of the Eye. And it was very frustrating, because Jinx had this annoying habit of noticing things that I did not notice for a considerable amount of time. And I was like, ah, damn it. Without going into spoilers, there's a moment where you're meant to have this transition from one scene to another one, and all you have to do is sleep next to a campfire. But of course, I spent ages not doing that, because in my mind, I figured, shit, we've got a limited amount of time to see what we can see. I don't have time to sleep, you know? So I never bothered. So for days, for stream after stream, I would walk up to the fire, go, there's nothing in this room, and then just walk away, and my chat would go crazy. Right, I need to go up. Well, not yeah, I guess so, Jinx, but considering the option existed before the DLC, I kind of dismissed it as, oh, that's just how you accelerate the time. I didn't think it was something I had to do that was different, you know? It was just part of the background mechanics.
We're watching you, scum.
Alright, no. Need to go one level higher. Oh, wait a minute. Are there any alchemy? You alchemist? You are an alchemist. Do you have any potions of invisibility, please? Ooh. I'll buy 2 cure common disease potions. A potion of water walking, water breathing. Cheap potion of invisibility. Fortify magics. Cheap poison resistance. Lovely. Thank you very much. Okay. Now, do you have anything that will fortify my intelligence? Basically increase my intelligence stat? Temporarily. So, drain. There probably is, but I probably just don't know it because my alchemy skill is not high enough yet. Okay. Yeah, purchase. Offer refused. She doesn't like me enough. There we go. Right. Right, so I've got 1 potion of invisibility to help me with that mission to break into the boat and nick shit. Right, 1 second. Let me just try to... So, mortar and pestle. So you see these fortified... So, ash yams. Got a bunch of yams, a vegetable that will increase my intelligence. But have I picked up anything recently that I don't know about yet, that when combined with the ash yams, will also fortify my intelligence? So, cure common disease. No. Wickweed? No. I might get lucky, you know? Trauma root? No. Scuttle? No. The reason I'm doing this, if I can fortify my intelligence, I'll have a much greater chance of succeeding with potion creation, at which point I plan to make a whole bunch of random potions of, say, fortify fatigue or something. The only purpose of which will be to sell, and also to improve my alchemy skills so I can learn more stuff. No. Drain fatigue, no. Okay. Can you give me any training in alchemy? Are there any alchemists in the general area? Might be some in the Mages Guild. Hello, Khajiit. Random knickknacks. Shocking use of a known exploit? Oh, it's half the fun, frig. It's half the fun of Morrowind. Just like upping your enchanting ability to enchant gear with enchanting ability to up your enchanting ability to enchant things ridiculously so you have enough acrobatic points to jump from one fucking canton of Vivec to another. It's great. Yeah, the game gets stupid. Like, you can really fuck with your abilities and you get real powerful. It's great. What am I looking for? So that's the Fighters Guild. Let me just duck my head in here quick.
Well, friend, what brings you here?
How do you do, Cyrodiil?
How do you do, Bosma? Wait, is that racist? Is Bosma the name of her race, or is that a slur?
Greetings. May fortune be with you.
Wait. Not yet, not at my rank. You won't barter with me, because I'm too low rank. Your talents are noteworthy. My orders. Got a bounty on a Khajiit. I killed him. I heard that you got that Khajiit. Here's the 500 septims. There we go. Advancement. Your talents are noteworthy, but some question the depth of your devotion. Perform more duties. Sovereign Dove says that Lirelay Stoin in Aldrune owes him 2,000 septims. Go get his debt money and bring it back. You get to keep half of it. Yeah, we're just a bunch of thugs and debt collectors, aren't we? Some fucking fighters guild we are. Some fucking adventurers guild. Okay, so off to Aldrune to fucking get some douchebag to pay up. Alright. Alright. So those are my orders for this guy. Alright.
Of course.
Well, friend, what brings you?
So, I don't necessarily need the Mages Guild right now. Okay. Actually, why not? Teleport to Aldrune. We'll go there directly. Right. Let's go downstairs. While we're here, can you train me with anything? Enchanting, bartering. Ooh. Curates. How much are these? Restore fatigue. Keep your eyes peeled for anything constantly enchanted, so it's always switched on. Those are amazing. Blind. Scroll of Divine Intervention. Scroll of Invisibility. I'll buy one of those. Resist fire. Calm humanoid. Weakness to fire on target. Detects enchantments. Ooh. Cast once. Resist a whole bunch of different things and put a shield on yourself. Buy that. Just in... Well, it's quite expensive. Actually, don't buy that. That one's real valuable. Okay. You don't remember. Was the procedural generation a thing yet for guild missions? Nope. At least not as far as I know. There's no procedural generation of quests and stuff. This is 2002. That stuff came later in the gaming world. So there's a set number and you can run out of them.
What is it?
Right. Advancements. I'm not part of the Mages Guild. I'm looking for people that can train me.
What is
Then
this
again, you probably won't give me full access to all of your trainers.
What is it?
What's this? Sorry. Long story. Fuck it. Let's settle in. Hang on. A game at dinner by an anonymous spy. Forward from the publisher. The history behind this letter is almost as interesting and dark as the story it tells. The original letter to the mysterious Duhana'ain was copied and began circulating around the ashlands of Vardenfell a few months ago. In time, a print found its way to the mainland and to Prince Halalu Helseth's palace outside Almalexia. Whilst the reader may conclude after reading this letter that the prince would be furious about such a work, impugning his highness with great malevolence, quite the reverse is true. The prince and his mother, Queen Baranzaya, had it privately printed into bound copies and sent to libraries and booksellers throughout Morrowind. As a matter of record, the Prince and the Queen have not officially stated whether the letter is a work of pure imagination or based on actual occurrence. The House Dres has publicly denounced the work, and indeed no one named Duhanna, we'll say, despite the suggestion in the letter, has ever been linked to the house. We leave the reader to interpret the letter as he or she believes. Neris Garn, publisher. Dark Liege Duhanna. You asked for a detailed description of my experience last night and the reasons for my pleas to House Dres for another assignment. I hope I have served you well in my capacity as informant in the house of Prince Helseth, a man who I have stated in many previous reports could teach Molag Bal how to scheme. As you know, I've spent nearly a year now working my way into his inner circle of advisors. He was in need of friendship when he first arrived in Morrowind and eagerly took me and a few others. Still, he was disinclined to trust any of us, which is perhaps not surprising, given his tenuous position in Morrowind society. So wait, she's describing Prince Helseth, so Forgive me, is he the leader of all of Morrowind currently? I'm not sure of it. Yeah, we do meet him later. And his mother, Queen Berenzia. Yeah, he's quite haughty. Anyway. For your unholiness's recollection. Your unholiness? Who are you speaking to? The prince is the eldest son of Berenzia, who was once the queen of Morrowind and once the queen of the High Rock Kingdom of Wayrest. At the death of her husband, Prince Hilseth's stepfather, King Daedra, there was a power struggle between the prince and Daedra's daughter, the Prince Elisana. Though details of what transpired are imperfect, it is clear that Elisana won the battle and became queen, banishing Hilseth and Berenzia. Berenzia's only other child, Morgaia, had already left court to marry and become queen of the Somerset Isle Kingdom of Firsthold. Wait, this is lore that I didn't know about. Hang on. The death of her husband, Prince Hilseth's stepfather, there was a power struggle between the prince and Daedra. Daedra's daughter, the Princess Elisana. Elisana won the battle and became queen. Okay. So how are they in Mournhold? Sorry, if they were banished. There must be more to this. Berenzia and Hilseth crossed the continent to return to Morrowind only last year. They were well received by Berenzia's uncle, our current king, Halalu Athin Lethian, who had taken the throne after Berenzia's abdication more than 40 years ago. Berenzia made it clear that she had no designs on reclaiming the throne, but merely to retire to her family estates. Hilseth, as you know, has lingered in the royal court, and many have whispered that while he lost the throne of Wayrest, he does not intend to lose the throne of Morrowind at Lethan's death. Sorry chat, where's Wayrest? I'm not familiar with this. I kind of assumed that he was the dedicated successor of Morrowind. Where's Wayrest? They're exiled from a place called Wayrest? Anyone know? Hang on. Yeah, just call them all Steve. Sorry, this book is describing the royal family that you bump into later in the Tribunal expansion. Oh, thank you for Jal Raven. I'll have a look in a bit. Thank you. Wayrest is Daggerfall? Really? That's a shithole in the middle of nowhere, isn't it? To the northwest. Wayrest. Elder Scroll. North where the Bretons live. One of the 8 major kingdoms of the province of High Rock. Why the fuck would anyone care about Daggerfall or anything up there? Okay. So, they're here in Morrowind because they were exiled from there, apparently. I've kept your unholiness informed of the prince's movements, meetings and plots, as well as the names and characters of his other advisors. As you may recall, I've often thought that I was not the only spy in Hilseth's court. I told you before that a particular Dunmer councillor of Hilseth looked like a fellow I had seen in the company of Tholor Saranoni, the archcanon of the Tribunal Temple. Another, a young Nord woman, had been verified verified to visit the Imperial Fortress in Balmora. Of course, in their cases, they might well have been on Hilseth's own business, but I couldn't be certain. I'd begun to think myself paranoid as the prince himself when I found myself doubting the sincere loyalties of the prince's chamberlain, Burgess, a Breton who had been in his employ since the days of the court of Wayrest. This is the background on that night, last night. This is quite lengthy. Yesterday morning, I received a curt invitation to dine with the prince. Based only on my own paranoia, I dispatched one of my servants, who is a good and loyal servant of the House Dres, to watch the palace and report back anything unusual. Just before dinner, he returned and told me what he had witnessed. A man, cloaked in rags, had been given entrance to the palace and had stayed there for some time. When he left, my servant saw his face beneath the cloak. An alchemist of infamous repute, said to be leading suppliers of exotic poisons. A fine observer, my servant also noticed that the alchemist entered the palace smelling of wickweed, bittergreen, and something alien and sweet. When he left, he was odourless. He had come to the same conclusion as I did. The prince had procured ingredients to prepare a poison. Bittergreen alone is deadly when eaten raw, so the other ingredients suggest something far deeper. As your unholiness can doubtless imagine, I went to dinner that night prepared for any eventuality. Sorry, lump of the house beef broth? What did I say? All of Prince Helseth's other councillors were in attendance, and I noticed that all were slightly apprehensive. Of course, I imagined that I was in a nest of spies, and all knew the prince's mysterious meeting. It was just as likely that some knew of the alchemist's visit, while others were simply concerned by the nature of the prince's invitation, and still others merely unconsciously adopted the tense disposition of their better informed councillors. The prince, however, was in fine mettle and soon had everyone relaxed and at ease. At 9, we were all ushered into his dining hall, where the feast had been laid out. And what a feast! Honeyed gore apples, fragrant stew roasts in various blood sauces, and every variety of fish and fowl expertly and ostentatiously prepared. Crystal and gold flagons of wine, flin, shine, and matsti were at our seats to be savoured as appropriate with each course. As tantalizing as the aromas were, it occurred to me that in such a maze of spices and flavors, a discreet poison would be undetectable. Throughout the meal, I maintained the illusion of eating the food and drinking the liquor, but I was surreptitiously swallowing nothing. Finally, the plates and food were cleared from the table, and a tureen of a spicy broth was placed in the centre of the banquet. The servant who brought it in then retired, closing the banquet hall door behind him. "It smelled divine, my prince," said the Marchioness Colgar, the Nord woman, "but I cannot eat another thing." "Your Highness," I added, feigning a tone of friendliness and slight intoxication, "you know that everyone at this table would gladly die to put you on the throne of Morrowind, but is it really necessary that we gorge ourselves to death?" The others at the table agreed with an appreciative groan. Prince Helseth smiled. "I swear by Veronima, the grifter, my dark liege, even you have never seen such a smile as this one. Ironic words, you see. An alchemist visited me today, and some of you already doubtlessly know. He showed me how to prepare a most marvellous poison, and its antidote. A most potent poison, excellent for my purposes. No restoration spell will aid you once you've ingested it. Only the antidote in the tureen will save you from certain death. And what a death, from what I've heard. I'm eager to see if its effects are all that the alchemist promised. It should be horribly painful for the afflicted, but quite entertaining." No one said a word. I could feel my heart beating hard in my chest. "Your Highness," said Alarat, the Dunmer, I suspected of alliance with the temple, "have you poisoned someone at this table?" "You are very astute, Alarat," said Prince Helseth, looking about the table, eyeing each of his advisors carefully. "Little wonder I value your counsel, as indeed I value all in this room. It would be perhaps easiest for me to say who I haven't poisoned. I haven't poisoned any who serve but one master, any whose loyalty to me is sincere. I haven't poisoned any person who wants to see King Helseth on the throne of Morrowind. I haven't poisoned anyone who isn't a spy for the Empire, the Temple, the House of Telvanni, the House of Redoran, the House of Indoril, the House of Drez. Your Unholiness," he looked directly at me with his last words. I know that in certainty. My face is practiced at keeping my thoughts from showing, but I immediately thought of every secret meeting I've had, every coded message I sent to you in the house. My dark liege. What could he know? What could he, even without knowing, suspect? I felt my heart beating even faster. Was it fear or poison? I couldn't speak, certain as I was that my voice would betray my calm facade. "Those loyal to me who wish harm on my enemies may be wondering, how can I be certain that the poison has been ingested? Is it possible that the guilty party, or dare I say parties, were suspicious and merely pretending to eat and drink tonight? Of course. But even the craftiest of pretenders would have had to raise a glass to his or her lips and put empty forks or spoons in their mouths to play the charade. The food, you see, was not poisoned. The cups and the cutlery were. If you did not partake out of fear, you were poisoned just the same. And sadly, you missed an excellent roast. Sweat beaded on my face as I turned from the prince so he would not see. My fellow advisors, all of them, were frozen in their seats. From the Marchion Colgar, white with fear, to Kima Ineb, visibly shaking, from the furrowed, angry brows of the Alarat to the statue-like stares of Burgess. I couldn't help thinking then, could the prince's entire councilship be compromised with nothing but spies? Was there any person at this table loyal? And then I thought, what if I were not a spy myself? Would I trust Helseth to know that? No one knows better than his advisors both the depth of the prince's paranoia and his utter implacability of his ambitions. If I were not a spy for the House Dres, even then, would I be safe? Could a loyalist be poisoned because of a not so innocent misjudgment? The others must have been thinking the same, loyalists and spies alike. While my mind whirled, I could hear the prince's voice, addressing all assembled. The poison acts quickly. If the antidote is not taken within 1 minute from now, there will be death at the table. I couldn't decide whether I had been poisoned or not. My stomach ached, and I reminded myself it might have been the result of sitting at the scrumptious banquet and not partaking. My heart shook in my chest, and a bitter taste like trauma root stung my lips. Again, was it fear or poison? "These are the last words you will hear if you're disloyal to me," said Prince Helseth, still smiling that damned smile as he watched his advisors squirming in their seats. "Take the antidote and live." Could I believe him? I thought of what I knew of the prince and his character. Would he kill a self-confessed spy at his court? Or would he rather send the vanquished back to his masters? The prince was ruthless, but either possibility was within his manner. Surely the theatricality of this whole dinner was meant to be a presentation to instill fear. What would my ancestors say if I joined them after sitting at a table, eventually dying of poison? What would they say if I took the antidote, confessing my allegiance to you and to House Dres, and was summarily executed? And I confess, I thought of what you might do to me even after I was dead. I had grown so light-headed and filled with my own thoughts that I didn't even see Burgess jump from his seat. I was only suddenly aware that he had the tureen in his hands and was gulping down the liquid within. There were guards all around, though I never noticed them enter. "Burgess," said Prince Helseth, still smiling, "you have spent some time at Ghostgate. House Redoran?" "You didn't know?" Burgess laughed sourly. "No house. I report to your stepsister, the Queen of Wayrest. I've always been in her employ." "By Akatosh, you poisoned me because you thought I was working for the damned Dark Elves?" "You're half right," says the prince. "I didn't guess who you were working for, or even that you were a spy. But you're also wrong about me poisoning you. You poisoned yourself when you drank from the tureen." "Your Unholiness, you don't need to hear how Burgess died. I know that you have seen much over the many, many years of your existence, but you truly don't want to know." I wish I could erase the memory of his agonies from my own mind. The council was dismissed shortly thereafter. I do not know if Prince Helseth knows or suspects that I too am a spy. I do not know how many others last night, were as close as I was from drinking from the tureen before Burgess did. I only know that if the prince does not suspect me now, he will. I cannot win at the games he has mastered long ago at the court of Wayrest. I beg your Unholiness, my dark liege, Doanna, to use your influence in the House of Dres to dismiss your loyal servant from this charge. Publisher note. Of course, the anonymous writer's signature has not been on any reprint of the letter since the original. That was a story told about the prince that we're later going to meet in the Tribunal expansion. We'll see him later in the royal court ahead of us, surrounded by guards, advisors, and presumably, well, one fewer advisor. Before I leave the Mages Guild, let's see if we can find someone to train me with alchemy. Hello. No, none of them will probably give me the necessary training. Okay, we'll teleport to Alderaan. So for those who are unfamiliar, we're going from here, on the south side of the island, over to here. The city, well, the town of Crabs.
What may I do for you?
Alderaan. Right. Keep your eyes peeled for an alchemy trainer. Whoop, that door is trapped. Right. Thank you, Lenny.
What is this regarding,
Right.
Citadel?
Yeah, there are a huge number of cool stories to read in the game. No, they won't give me anything. I must admit, I suppose over the years, I too have been very inspired by... There's a certain series of books in the game concerning vampires. They're sort of... they start off sounding like normal novels, but over time they start to get quite horror-esque. Obviously, because they're dealing with vampires. But I've been very impressed with the nature of their story structures. Sort of like a twist coming in at the end for some of those vampire stories.
I'm listening.
To show that, yeah, things were really dark right from the beginning and you just didn't notice. Okay.
Traveling in these storms is a
Wait.
wise.
No, I'm looking for someone who owes money? What was his name again? I'm here to collect a debt. Debt money. What's his name? Bounty. Job involving debt money. What was his name? Lirilyle? Okay, we'll look for him.
Do I know?
Does he run one of the shops?
Yes, Outlander.
Pardon me? An inn, maybe? No, looking for an elf. No, you're Dunmers. Looking for a high elf.
What do you want?
No.
Why are you here?
This could be a pretty cool house, looking at this one. Lots of storage space, lots of benches, shelves. Forgive me, I might murder you later and take over your house. Yeah, bed and everything. Right. No. Maybe he's on the map? Looking for Lirily? No. No. Inside the scar, maybe?
What is it, Outlander?
Right. Thank you for subbing Spectre, and Vile, and Fallen King, and Shirotto. Thank you, all of you. Okay. Yeah, the rich merchants are inside here. Alright. Yeah, for those joining the stream, if you're not familiar with Morrowind, it is excellent in my opinion. I strongly recommend.
What is this
Why are
about?
you here?
Again, just to plug it, beneath this live stream in the first tile is a YouTube video by someone called MrBtongue. He rather succinctly explains exactly what's so great about Morrowind compared to the other Elder Scrolls games. In short, your ability to get immersed into an extremely interesting and complex world, which rewards your scrutiny
Do I
rather
know
than
you?
coming apart. the mechanics are kind of rubbish and the combat is kind of janky. But once you're over that hump, it becomes really something magical. And you can mod it to your heart's degree to make it prettier if you really want to. But the bones of the actual setting are amazing. He says literally inside the bones of the... No. Hang on. What version am I playing? This is just vanilla. The only 2 mods I've got is a mod to fix the kerning with some of the text in the books. And also a 1080p mod. Right.
Can you ask your question quickly?
Yeah, basically locked account. Yeah, if you ignore the jank of the mechanics, there's something truly magical underneath it. There's a little illustration which shows like the box of Morrowind, and the first part is the thing saying, "Oh, the combat sucks," and then the next word, the speech bubble beneath it, for like 20% through the game is, "Oh my god, the game is really really difficult and hard to understand," and then for the remaining 70%, it's, "Oh my god, this is the best RPG ever." No, I'm just checking out the MrBtongue. No. Lethri Manor Entrance? What was his name again? No, that wasn't his name. His name was Liralee. Liralee. Now we've got to find him. Okay. Yes, Harsh, eventually. I did make a start last year. But I felt that I'd made a scripting problem that I wanted to go back and fix. Alright. Liri Ellie, not Liralee. Liri... yeah, maybe. Maybe he's in one of the pubs. Maybe he doesn't own a shop. Do you know where he is? Can I ask around? No. He should be here somewhere. The rat in the pot. No.
Oh, it has no master.
Can I squeeze through, please? Move, you Khajiit bastard. Thank you. Ah. Oh, wait. It's your first name? Are you the lady that owes money? Liralee. I thought it was a surname. You owe money? Trade services, someone in particular. Your trade. Thieves Guild. You're a thief. Oh. Do you have anything? Oh, yeah, you can sell lockpicks. Alright. I'll grab a couple of, yeah. Before I have to possibly murder you. Buy some journeyman probes and picks, so to pick locks but also trigger traps without getting killed by them. There we go. Training, what do you offer? Sneak, security, acrobatics. Yeah, get a bit of security training.
I'm listening.
It's relatively cheap. There we go. Right. Thank you for saying so, Harsh. Thank you. Right. Hang on. Background. No. Am I sure this is the person? Specific places. I don't appear to have an option to challenge her over her debt. Bounty. Debt money. Liralee's debt. Did I not accept the job, maybe? I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe I didn't. Maybe I simply failed to pick up the proper quest. Whoops, in which case we'll quickly teleport back and speak to the NPC again.
It has no master.
Do you mind? You fucking move, you bloody cat. Thank you.
Traveling in these times.
It's Lira Ellie. Apparently it's Lira Ellie. I'm saying it weird. Yeah.
May I?
Okay. Downstairs. Teleport back. Talk to the NPC. He's just next door anyway. Won't take a moment. Hello. Can I please go to Vivek City? Travel to Vivek. Whoop. Thank you.
A visitor.
Step outside. Nope. Sorry.
How
Hello.
interesting.
Why the long face? Hang on. Do you know anything that you can teach me? Illusion magic, mysticism? No. Recall could be quite useful. Thank you. So now I can recall to a spot so long as it's marked. Okay.
Greetings.
Going down the Morrowind subreddit yesterday, just sort of between gaps of work, was quite funny. There's a whole bunch of like random memes and shit. Someone was linking this article talking about, the open racism in Baldur's Gate 3 was difficult to handle or something. And then you've got like a picture of Morrowind players just sort of like, just sort of smiling like the Tom Cruise laugh face. Like, you'll try Morrowind then. Where everyone's a racist, where they hit you with the N-word just for looking at you.
Watching you. Scout.
Hang on. Yep, they quite literally invented a new N-word slur, which gets thrown at you repeatedly throughout the game.
Yes?
Where if you're an Argonian or a Khajiit, you're considered little more than livestock that should be immediately put... There is a mission in the game where you have to escort a slave. I can't remember if it's an Argonian or a Khajiit. And when they get their destination, they are quite literally killed, gutted, to find drugs that were being smuggled in their stomach. They're considered little more than a walking container by their Dunmer masters. It's a harsh fucking... Morrowind is real fucking harsh.
Misunderstanding. Welcome.
Right. Hello, sorry, that mission, I ran away before, I wasn't paying full attention. What was the mission? Get the debt money, there we go. She's found it, even tells you where she is. I'm stupid. The rat in the pot in Alderoon. Okay? Go and get the cash, then report back. Alright.
Probably.
Nice to see you.
You still think I'm too hard on the mind flayers? I'm getting defensive, Zoob. I don't think so at all. I refuse, in Baldur's Gate 3, sorry for those unfamiliar, I get very aggressive with the mind flayers. I refuse to acknowledge their personhood. I refuse to believe that this parasitical race are even a race. They're just essentially like a tapeworm. They're just like something that infects the actual sentient races. And there's another reason. I did some background reading. Correct me if I'm wrong. Mind flayers can't feel. According to the lore that I'm reading, they are incapable of feeling emotion. They cannot feel. As in physiologically, they have no ability to experience emotion. So everything we've been told throughout all of Baldur's Gate about... a minor spoiler warning for Baldur's Gate. Like the mind flayer who's like, oh yes, you know, this was this and this. These are my ancient like knives and forks. It's all lies. It has to be lies. You can't physically feel the emotions. Yeah, you're just parasitical automata that's trying to manipulate actual sentient beings. So no, fuck mind flayers. If that is true, if they can't even feel. All this stuff about emotion is just total lies.
Ah, a visitor.
Hang on.
What may I do for you?
Could I go back to Alderoon, please? Yeah, so every time in Baldur's Gate 3 when the mind flayers, I get very aggressive. I just want to exterminate them. You wouldn't let a disease run rampant. Therefore, you wouldn't let mind flayers exist.
the right price.
Wait, sorry. Where's the exit? Here it is. Thank you.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Okay, the rat in the hole. So this inn over here. Where in Baldur's Gate are we right now, Gonzo? So we're once again in Act 3 of the game. So we have completed Baldur's Gate before, and we're poking around the city of Baldur's Gate. So yeah, we're roaming around. And also the Steel Watch, what is it? The automatons, are the giant constructs are getting weird on us. We think that the the Absolute might have, well, obviously the Absolute's taken them over. They keep screaming, kill Orin at us.
Sweet moon sugar.
Alright.
What is this regarding?
Am I about to fucking beat a lady to death in her own inn?
Outlander, did you want something?
This could be really fucking harsh. Hello. You owe money. You owe lots of money, by the way. Your debt money. My brother's Ruren Stoin is dead. My brother, sorry. The Kimono Tong said he owed them money, which I don't dispute, but now they say I owe my brother's debts. I don't have that sort of money. I can't pay what I don't have, can I? Fuck, this quest chain is dark. So we're potentially sort of, yeah, dragging cash out of just the relative of someone who owes debt. Fucking hell. Quest has been updated. He died seeking his fortune in Malapi, which is northeast of Narmok. He knew he was in debt. He went off to seek his fortune in some place called Malapi, northeast of Narmok. Okay. That's fine. If I have an alternative. Well, sorry about your loss. Narmok. Where's Narmok? There's the Ghost Gate. Narmok. That's Null. That's Margar. Narmok. Oh, weren't we there before? I think. Yeah, let's go back there. Let's go back there and see what we can find. Now that we're a bit tougher, eh? Yeah, could be an idea. Let me just quickly flog a few bits. It might be weighing me down. Well, it's probably the alchemy reagents, frankly. Maybe I should just stick them in a box or something. Yeah, just stick them in a box.
What do you want?
Pardon me.
Oh,
Can I... You bloody... There we go. Alright. This pot here? Wait, I might get in trouble for accessing it though. I don't know. We'll put... Yeah, where's the Fighters Guild? Go into the Fighters Guild, find a box and just use it as my dump for a minute. Okay. Well, that's the communal chest for all of them. No, maybe not that one. Find a box. Find a box. Find a box. Yeah, I need to get like a proper home for myself. Where's the box? I'm part of the Fighters Guild. I'm one of you, totally. Ah, here we go. Right. This chest, I don't care who's sleeping in this bunk. This chest is mine, okay? So I'm just going to drop off some emeralds. Some... Oh, can I drop all of it? Shift click, maybe? No. Alt click? No. Is there a hotkey to quickly just mass click? Nope, this might be awkward. Alright. Yeah, this is going to be awkward for a while. Okay. What's really heavy? There we go. I dropped my alchemy shit behind. Yeah, this stuff is real heavy. This stuff will live in my base anyway. I normally put it on a sort of decorative table. But it looks good. Alright. Why do I have a random picture? What the fuck? A random fucking bowl. There we go. Okay. There we go. Drop all this off. Also, behind me, I hear the snoozing of a smelly animal. Last night, we sat down to watch another episode of Star Trek Deep Space Nine, and we had a cuddle, and it was nice. Yeah! So I had a packet of crisps and a cider, and she was getting some butt rubs. And she was properly flopped. Yeah, she's happy. She's a happy girl. Okay. Right, leave most of that there. Lovely. And then... leave that hat there. Yeah, we'll come back for all this. Alright. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry, chat. I've got this spinning icon saying connecting to chat. Have I lost you? Which episode? It was season 5, and it was a weird episode where Quark, the bartender, was being drawn into arms dealing because it was super lucrative. But he discovered that living with the Federation in Star Trek Deep Space Nine has made him less, I suppose, profit-driven when it comes to, say, people suffering. He was selling arms, and it was all well and good until this asshole, like, planet leader or something, wanted a metagenic weapon or something, wanted some sort of mass destruction weapon for the deaths of around, say, 20 million people. At which point he was absolutely disgusted and wanted out, so he arranged a situation in which he would get the customer, in this case the lord of that planet, and his, rivals to appear on the station at the same time, and he arranged a meeting in the same cargo bay at the same time. So they saw each other and immediately started shooting at each other with phasers. He essentially had both groups kill each other, and in his mind, he was clean of the whole situation. They killed each other. And then he went back to his bar, saying, fuck this, I'm not selling weapons anymore. Alright. So where am I going? I'm going to Narmok, which is over here. Okay. Do I have everything I need? I think so. What about standard restore health? I've only got 4. Where's the alchemist? Let me just see if I can buy a few more potions. I'm an Imperial Ephislon, so a human. Alchemist. I think there's one inside. Yeah, there's one inside the scar. The crab. No, Doom. It's mostly vanilla. There's a 1080p mod and a text kerning mod in the books. That's it. Right, cloth here. Right. Yes. Go to Quark. Quark's is fun.
Yes, sir?
Hello. Do you have any potions? Could I buy Fortify Health, Magic Resistance... buy a Fire Resistance potion. Shen, buy some more booze. Grief, yeah, buy some booze. Might help me if in a pinch. Okay. Cure common disease, cure paralysis. No, you don't really have any amazing potions. Okay. You wonder what Quark sells, though, since he gets everything from the replicators. Yeah, I think there are some elements of Star Trek that don't seem to make a lot of sense. Alright. Sampy has just finished the 2nd book of Eisenhorn and is currently listening to the 3rd. Ooh, nice! Hope you're enjoying it. Have you done the bit with the Sarathi yet? Is that in the 2nd book? I can't remember. I read the whole thing as one big book, so I wasn't entirely sure where one book started and the other book... yeah, one book ended and the other book started. That's the inn. Are there 2 alchemists? Hang on, let me just run back to the Mages Guild. Maybe some of them will sell me some potions. Alright.
Outlander, what do you want?
Anytime.
A way to watch the Baldur's Gate story from the beginning, Gonzo. There's a link below this live stream to a private website called The Closet, where I've archived all of the live streams. They stay on Twitch for about, well, however long it is until Twitch no longer hosts them. Is it 2 months? 1 month? And then when that's done, I start uploading them up onto the website. So there's a way of watching it. But please use Twitch if you can, simply because the server, The Closet, is too small. It can't. You can hug it to death, is what I'm saying. It doesn't have the infrastructure to handle anything other than a few views or whatever. Right. It's an itty bitty server. Oh, hello. Guide to Alderaan. Am I uploading them raw without any kind of compression? I'm going to be honest with you, Akuma. I can't remember. The developer told me what he did, and I've forgotten. He told me that his tool... sorry, a very kind gentleman called Govert did it for me. I drag and drop it onto the tool, and then he said that there were these tier options where the service would make lower resolution versions and save them alongside, which lets you switch between the different resolutions. I can't remember what I said. I can't remember if the service that he set up does that. All I know is, well, not all I know, but I mostly just drop the raw MP4 file into his processor thing, and then inevitably every few weeks I break it. I'm the one who always breaks it. I'd like to point this out. The system doesn't break, I break it. I somehow find a way to fuck it up every single few weeks. I'm sure he's fucking sick of me by now. I'm the nightmare client who keeps fucking up everything. Like, all you have to do is drag and drop this. Duh. I'm gonna dump 100 gigs of data. No, don't you... Somewhere the developer just head desking going, fuck's sake. Sorry, I'm looking for... Restore strength. Maybe grab a standard restore strength potion just in case I absolutely need it in a pinch. Restore luck, restore agility. No, I'm looking for some healing potions. New. Okay, never mind. Fortify. No. Alright, let's buy those.
The finest potions and
Right, let's go. Let's get on the road, otherwise I'm going to run out of time. Right.
May I help you?
So where are we going? It's 4 in the morning, so the sun's coming up soon. So let's go down the road. Yeah, pretty much cut straight this way. We're going down the road towards Narmok, and we're looking for something beginning with M. Alright. Sampi says, I thought so far the scene where the Inquisitors debate each other is the most do be the most enjoyable parts. Yeah? Hang on. Sorry, what am I doing? What's the name of the place we're going to? Just call it Debt. Scary. I don't really want to go down this rabbit hole because it's awkward and I don't like it, but I'm nervous about posting them on YouTube because I don't want to fuck with the algorithm. Feeding the algorithm massive amounts of live stream data, dwarfing what I post already. For each bullshittery, there are at least 60 to 70 live streams. I'm worried that I'm going to tank my algorithm metrics, and the bullshitteries won't be presented to the viewers at all. Yep, even with a second channel, it will still have says SovietWomble in the title. The algorithm tries to maximize viewership. Yeah, you know how it is. I'm just trying to be careful. Any YouTuber worth their salt tries to be careful with the algorithm. Alright. Indeed, Zoob, it sucks. Can't be helped. You can't control everyone. Or anybody, really. But let's not go this way. It's uncomfortable. So I'm grabbing random herbs as I go in the general direction. Right. So at least I'm faster now with light armor and some, some speed enhancements. Later on, I'm sure I'll get some speed boots or something to really help me move around. Fortify my speed, I guess. Can I do that? My acrobatics? Let me check. Hang on. So my base ability, speed, how fast you can move, and then down here your acrobatics. Enable one to long jump distances. To jump long distances even. Okay. No, that's just jumping, isn't it? Okay. Well, we'll see if we can fortify. Yeah, fortify speed. Will really help getting around, you know. Alright. So, down here, we bumped into a ruin that was full of Well, there was an orc and a dark elf, I think, and they double teamed me and just fucking cut me down. Who's this? Piss off. Damn it, I have no fatigue, I can't hit him. Damn it, no fatigue. Let me rest. There we go, gotcha. What do I think about Oblivion? Better or worse than Skyrim? So in my opinion, worst Oblivion, second Skyrim, best Morrowind. Hello. Your help was appreciated, friend of Rasha. Oh wait, sorry, you were the guy with the shirts, of course. Yes, I delivered your shirts. All is good.
Yes.
You're okay. Sorry, what's with the gigantic bulge? Jesus. Alright. How come Oblivion is the worst? It featured, at the time of its release, very annoying technical issues that I couldn't really overlook. It had something like 4 or 5 voice actors that ruined immersion. It had, I felt, a very generic setting. I agree with MrBtongue entirely. Coming off the back of Morrowind with its strange alien landscape with so many dozens of different factions, with racial conflict, economic conflict, a dark secret at the heart of it. By comparison, a dark secret at the heart of this world that's politically being covered up, and you're sort of uncovering it. But are you uncovering it? Are you supporting the status quo? Are you challenging the status quo? All of this stuff is really interesting and strange and memorable. And then you get to Oblivion, and the plot is basically, oh no, the world is going to end. You have to close the Oblivion gates or whatever, and then stop a big bad Daedra. By comparison, it was so shallow and unmemorable. And there's so many things that just make Oblivion feel flat. You go through and it's just generic, relatively generic scenery. Here you've got like 7 or 8 different types of architecture and like 4 or 5 different biomes with very unique different weather conditions and just overall atmosphere. You had the fucking leveling system, which would level with you, which meant that you never got to feel powerful. Morrowind is fucking broken. I can tweak the stats so much that by the end of this playthrough, I'm going to be hopping across fucking buildings. But it's fantastic in that regard. You've got this feeling of empowerment as you go, and before you know it, you're crazy. You're a superhero. In Oblivion, you run away from a bandit with an iron dagger, come back later when you've got a steel axe expecting to open up a can of whoop-ass, and that motherfucker now has full head-to-toe steel armor everything. Or has been replaced with a different mob entirely, which you can't defeat. The scaling system was awful. Okay. Indeed, the mechanics in Morrowind are trash, says It's Lean. And it's amazing. Alright. A guar outside an ancestral tomb of the Dunmer. Yeah, we'll pop in briefly. See if there's anything worth looting. You guys domestic or wild? Might be domestic. Oh, nope. Shit, no, it's the Cliff Razor. Piss off, you little bastard. Okay. The Telvain Ancestral Tomb. So yeah, this is kind of dark. We're basically looting the local graveyards. Alright. Yeah, these are all urns containing the cremated remains of the Dunmer that have lived and died here for generations. And I'm like, ooh! Restore agility potion. What's that? An offering. Journeyman's lockpick. Must have been a thief in life. Offering from a family member. Diamond. Taking that. There we go. Just helping myself to handfuls of Dunmer. Yeah, this is where the family members say prayers and have funerals for the deceased. A ghoul heart. More offerings for the dead. I'll take them. The Book of Rest and Endings. The pages of this book of rest and endings are filled with obscure bits of cult mumbo-jumbo. The ritual for ending of Wraithman. From 50 fathers, frozen in slave past, rip from the wraith loom, sunder the life weave, lock tight the earth grip, hold firm the grave fast. Is it a code? From 50 fathers, frozen in slave past, rip from the wraith loom. Probably means something. The Shrine of Saint Veloth. Would you like to make a donation and receive a blessing? Yes. Please give me your blessing, Saint Veloth. There we go. What's this? 10 points, Fortify Magicka. Thank you, Saint Veloth. It's kind of useless to me. Oh shit. Oh shit. Am I interrupting the Dunmer burying someone? Okay. Hi. Sorry, am I interrupting? Oh no, you're Bosma. Are you grave robbing as well? You can't do that. That's illegal. Only I can do that. Glaum and Gaben. Right. How dare you rob this tomb? Ooh. Apprentice lockpick. Oh look, you're not merely robbing it, you're living in it. What the fuck? Yeah. 2 people hiding away. Bug's lamp. What's this? Guide to Sadrith Mora? Don't know why they've got that. A Cruel Viper Bolt Ring. Poison on the target. I'll take it. Yeah, these are offerings to the dead. The Scroll of Flame Guard. Resist fire. I'll take it. Not really, Sampui. I'm not really much of a mod guy when it comes to, well, just in general. Maybe a little bit, but with this I fancied playing Morrowind, and therefore I wanted the nostalgia. If I modded it, then it wouldn't seem like Morrowind that I played in 2002. Halgerd's Tale by Tavi Dromio. How long is it? Alright, settle in. Need to wet the whistle. Also, I need to go and get on with work in a minute. Okay. I think the greatest warrior who ever lived had to be Vilus Nominus, offered Ziomara. Name one other warrior who conquered more territory. Tiber Septim, obviously, says Halgerd. He wasn't a warrior, he was an administrator, a politician, says Garez. And besides, Acreage conquered can't be final means of determining the best Acreage conquered can't be the final means of determining the best warrior. How about skill with a blade? There are other weapons than blades, objected Ziomara. Why not skill with an axe or a bow? Who is the greatest master of all weaponry? I can't think of one greatest master in all weaponry, says Halgerd. Balaxes of Aegianero in Black Marsh was the greatest wielder of a lance. Ernsi Louvreau of the Ashlands is the greatest master of the club I've ever seen. The greatest master of the katana is probably an Akaviri warlord we've never heard of. As far as archery goes, Pelinal Whitestrake supposedly conquered all of Tamriel by herself, interrupted Ziomara. That was before the First Era, said Garez. It's probably mostly myth, but there are all sorts of great warriors in the modern eras. The Camoran usurper? The unknown hero who brought together the Staff of Chaos and defeated Jaeger Tharn? We can't declare an unknown champion as the greatest warrior. What about Nandor Barade, the Empress Katara's champion, suggested Xiomara. They said he could use any weapon ever invented. But what happened to him? Smiled Garaz. He was drowned in the Sea of Ghosts because he couldn't get all his armor off. Call me overly particular, but I think the greatest warrior in the world should know how to take his armor off. It's kind of hard to judge ability to wear armor as a skill, said Xiomara. Either you have basic functionality in a suit of armor or you don't. That's not true, says Halgard. There are masters in that as well. People who can do things wearing armor better than we can out of armor. Have you heard of Halalu Paisarith, the king's great-grandfather? Xiomara and Garaz admitted that they had not. This was hundreds and hundreds of years ago. The Pasoroth... Fuck me, these words. The Pasoroth was the ruler of a great estate which he had won by right of being the greatest warrior in the land. It's been said, and truly, that much of the house's current power is based on Pasoroth's earnings as a warrior. Every week he held games at his castle, pitting his skills against the champions of the neighbouring estates, and every week he won something. His great skill wasn't in the use of weaponry, though he was decent enough with an axe and long sword, but in his ability to move quickly and with great agility, wearing a full suit of heavy mail. There were some who said that he moved faster while wearing the armour than he did out of it. Some months before this story begins, he'd won the daughter of one of his neighbours, a beautiful creature named Mena, who he'd made his wife. He loved her very much, but he was intensely jealous, and with good reason. She wasn't very pleased with his husbandry skills, and the only reason Mena never strayed was because Pasoroth kept a close eye on her. She was, to put it kindly, naturally amorous and resentful of her position as a prize. Wherever he went, he always brought her with him. At the games, she was placed in a special box so that he could see her even when he competed. But his real competition, though he didn't know it, was from a handsome young armourer he had also won at one of his competitions. Mena had noticed him, and the armourer, whose name was Taran, had certainly noticed her. This has all the makings of a dirty joke, Halgard, says Xiomara, with a smile. I swear that it's entirely true, says Halgard. The problem facing the lovers was, of course, that they could never be alone. Perhaps because of this, it became a burning obsession to both of them. Taran decided that the best time for them to consummate their love was during the games. Mena feigned illness, so she didn't have to stay in the box, but Pasoroth visited the sick room every few minutes between fights, so Taran and Mena could never get together. The sound of Pasoroth's armour clunking up the stairs to visit his sick wife gave Taran the idea. He crafted his lord's new suit of armour, strong, bright, and beautifully decorated. For his purposes, Taran rubbed the leg joints with lucre dust, so the more he sweated and the more he moved in them, the more they stick together. After a little while, Taran figured Pasoroth wouldn't be able to walk very quickly and wouldn't have time in between the fights to visit his wife. But just in case, Taran also added bells to the legs, which rung loudly when they moved, so the couple would be able to hear him coming with plenty of time. When the games commenced the following week, Mena feigned illness again, and Taran presented his lord with the new armour. Pasoroth was delighted with it, as Taran hoped he would be, and donned it for his first fight. Taran then stole upstairs to Mena's bedchamber. All was silent outside as the two began to make love. Suddenly, Mena noticed a peculiar expression on Taran's face, and before she had a chance to ask him about it, his head fell off at the neck. Pasoroth was standing behind him with axe in hand. How did you get upstairs so quickly with his leg joints gummed up? And didn't they hear the bells ringing? Asked Garez. Well, you see, when Pasoroth realised he couldn't walk on his legs very quickly, he walked on his hands. I don't believe it, laughed Xiomara. What happened next? Asked Garaz. Did Pasoroth kill Mena also? No one knows exactly what happened next, says Halgard. Pasoroth didn't return for the next game, nor for the next. Finally, at the fourth game, he returned to fight, and Mena appeared in the box to watch. She didn't even appear to be sick anymore. In fact, she was smiling and had a light flush in her face. They did it? Cried Ziamara. I don't have all the salacious details, except after the battle, it took 10 squires 13 hours to get Passeros's armor off because of all the Luca dust mixed with the sweat. I don't understand. You mean he didn't take his armor off when they... But how? Like I said, replied Halgard, this is a story about someone who was more agile and accomplished in his armor than out of it. Now that's a skill, said Garaz. What the fuck? What the fuck did I just read? The armor stayed on? He banged his slave whilst fucking wearing his fucking armor, his slave wife whilst wearing his armor, having fucking murdered his slave armorer on top of her. Okay. Oh fuck. Yeah, did he keep the bells on during? Oh fucking hell. Right. Anyway, sorry, looking at the time, everyone, I'm going to leave it there. Well, thank you for watching, everyone. So, yes, I realise half the stream has been me reading the books. Yeah, so, again, as I keep mentioning, if you haven't played Morrowind, it's an extremely hard recommend from me. Feel free to look at the video below this stream, Why Morrowind, concerning what's so great about Elder Scroll 3. It's really, really good. Right. So, as for right now, I've got to go and work on... Halo bullshittery. It's part 1. I'm trying to get the damn thing done. I was meant to deliver it on Friday, but I failed. So, I'm trying to get the last issues over the finish line. I did a review of it this morning before the stream, and there's lots of audio-related fuckery that I've got to fix. So, yeah, I've got to just get on the hobby horse and get on with it, really. So, I'm going to go and get a coffee and get to work. So, thank you again for being here. I will leave you in the company of... Hang on a minute. Give it a save. Go to exit. Here we go. Right. There we go. I can see you now, chat. Well, sorry, I can see OBS now. Right, who's doing what? Dodge is doing RimWorld. Okay, I'll leave you in the company of Dodge. Hang on. So this is Dodge. You saw him in the chat earlier. He is insanely British. And I'll leave you with him playing RimWorld. Thank you again, everyone. See you this evening for a bit of Baldur's Gate. This is Dodge.